Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. So let me start off with the title of this video. Do not wait for government or the mainstream media to tell you to prep for this coronavirus. The time to prep is now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the time to prep is actually yesterday. But if you haven't prepped for something like this, the time to prep is now. Because by the time that you are informed by your government or the mainstream media that you need to prep, things are going to be way out of control. Now, this video is not a fear-mongering video in any way whatsoever. However, I just want to place a little bit of urgency in those of you that are not prepped for this kind of a situation having to do with this coronavirus that's going around, that's getting worse, all right? So that you can think about what plans do you have in case this gets as bad in the US and or where you live as it is getting in China. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to cover a couple of quick things. And before I even say that, I want to say thank goodness for YouTube. Thank goodness for YouTube, because the mainstream media are covering almost everything else except for this. There may have been a couple of articles here and there, but this is definitely not what is trending in the mainstream media. I'm not saying in any way, because I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a microbial expert, I'm not a viral expert, I'm none of that stuff, ladies and gentlemen. But all I know is that throughout history, usually when the time comes that the government has to tell you to prep for something, it's because the time has passed, that you should have already been prepped for it. Now, you may say, or some people may say, well, you know, there's only 5 or 6 cases here in the US. But what you have to understand is this. All of this started with one case in China. And I honestly believe that China is really underreporting the number of active cases that they may have, and even maybe the number of expired people that have succumbed to this virus. Because when you think about it, if they only have like 2,000 or so, I think they bumped it up to like 4,000 now. The area that they have cordoned off is like 56, 60 million people. Within that area, there must be a lot of hospitals, because it takes a lot of hospitals to service that many people. Instead of building these new hospitals, why couldn't they just evacuate one hospital that maybe took 2,000 or 3,000 people and just use that hospital, quarantine that hospital for the people that were infected or that are infected and have been identified? But instead, they're not building only one field hospital, they're building 2 field hospitals on top of all of the hospitals they have. What that tells me is that maybe the hospitals that they already have in that area, maybe they are already full to capacity. So that's just me speculating. It could be 100% wrong, but I think that they're underestimating their numbers. From what I hear, the last here in the United States is that there's like 100 cases where they're waiting to see if these people are actually infected with that virus, and then there's like 5 confirmed cases as of now, which is Monday afternoon or Monday evening. So better to be safe than sorry, ladies and gentlemen. And these things that you're looking at here that I got, I'm going to go over them with you, because I saw Mr. Tom's video on where he was talking about that N95 masks may not be suitable to block the virus because it doesn't form a good seal around your face. And he's got a point right there. One of the very first things that I'm going to do when and if, hopefully not when, but if this thing spreads to the area where I live, one of the first things I'm going to do is shave my beard. Because you have to have a clean face in order for a mask to fit airtight. So he's got a good point there. However, you can see back there that I did purchase some N95 respirator masks, and I'm going to tell you why here in a second. I'm also going to go over another piece of equipment here that you can see that I think will make a suitable replacement if you cannot find a full face mask. And I'm going to explain to you what that is and where you can get it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just a couple quick things. This is all common sense. Obviously, whenever a virus is spread, it's spread either via the air or through human contact or both. From what I understand, this coronavirus can be transmitted from human to human up to like 5 to 7 feet away, right? So that's why it's so important for people to try to stay out of crowded areas. If you are in a crowded area, then try to at least at the minimum wear an N95, all right? I wouldn't go as far as wearing the other upgraded masks as of yet, you know, the vapor resistant masks. Me personally, I'm going to wait and see what happens. And if anything gets worse, if it comes to the area where I live, then I'm going to kick it up a notch. All right, so try to stay away from crowded places. You know, that's one of the easy things you can do. And if you're here and you're not yet prepared as far as your daily and your family's daily necessities, then you need to stock up on your daily necessities: food, water, etc., etc., etc. Toothpaste, soap, you know, canned foods, things that'll last you 1 to 3 months. I would say at the very minimum 3 months. But you decide for how long you want to have a supply of goods in your home that would satisfy your family's needs for a given amount of time. I would say at least a good 3 months, but the time frame would be up to you. Now, on the CDC website, it says something like, let me see, that they are preparing, the CDC says that they are preparing for this as if it were a pandemic. Now, if the CDC is preparing for this as if it were a pandemic, why aren't they telling us to prepare? Because if it were a pandemic, they would be telling people, all right, you guys are going to have to do this, you're going to have to do that, stay in your homes. All of the stuff that we've been hearing from the alternative media on YouTube is what they should be telling us. The precautionary steps that we need to take in order to safeguard ourselves and our families so that we don't end up getting this virus. So if that's how they're preparing, then why are they not alerting us as to what we should be doing? And a simple answer to that, ladies and gentlemen, is because you can't depend on government. You cannot depend on government to take care of you. You have to go out there. You have to do your own research. You have to do what you are comfortable with doing, all right, with your resources, because not everyone is equal. Not everyone can go out and buy a $600 CBRN mask, okay? And some people may not even be able to buy an N95 mask, right? So you have to do your own research. You have to look for these things yourself and then decide for yourself what it is the best course of action that you can take for your family. Now, when Mr. Tom was talking about the face mask that he got a full face mask that also has respirators on it. And that is, I believe, called a organic vapor filter system, right? So that filtration system can filter out organic vapors, and that would be sufficient for this coronavirus. Now, I found something that is similar to that at a much less expensive price, and that's what we're going to go over with next. In addition, tell you why I got N95 masks. Now, I got N95 masks for a couple of reasons. One is that in case someone in our household gets infected, we can have them wear this mask, right? We'll quarantine them and they can wear this mask to prevent any of their exhale from getting out, or at least most of it from getting out, okay? That's what I got this for mainly. Also to give away, all right? To have some extra that I can give to people if they need them, because this is better than nothing. So that's mainly why I got the N95 respirator mask, is to give them away. And if someone in our household gets infected, we can quarantine them and have them wear this mask while they're quarantined. What you see here is it looks like one of those masks that drywall workers use to keep dust and stuff out of their lungs, and it is. However, I was reading up on these cartridges. So if you go on Amazon right now, I would say that almost all of their full face masks are out of stock, all right? Or saying they will be here in 2 weeks or whatever, right? But pretty much you can't get a hold of them. I believe they still have a good stock of these. And if they do, once I'm done with this video, if they do, I will go ahead and leave a link and put this on my Amazon storefront so you guys can go take a look at it and get to it easily. All right, because I was taking a look at this. I already have 2 of these. All right, so I have 2 of these, and I've had them for a while actually. I went and bought this one as a third one. Why? Because it never hurts to have an extra one. In addition to this, I have 2 fully functioning NCBR masks. All right, nuclear, chemical, biological, radiological. I have 2 of those with a whole bunch of CBRN. Did I say NCBR? It's CBRN. Chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear. Okay, I'm not even going to edit that out because that's kind of funny. But anyways, I have 2 of those masks, and I have plenty of filters for them. And like I said, if for some reason one of us gets contained, our plan is to put him on this or maybe even one of these, while the rest of us use at least this at the minimum, if not a CBRN mask, okay, to make sure that we don't get contaminated with that virus. Now, why did I pick this up? Like I said, if you watch Mr. Tom's video, and if you didn't, I'll leave a card right here on the upper right hand corner. I think it's going to be in this corner right here, but I'll leave a card to that video where the masks that he got were like a step up from the N95s. And they are, let me see, organic vapor cartridges. So if they can withstand organic vapors, which is very, very small in particle size, in microns, then those are good, from what I understand. All right. Now, these masks, the cartridges that come with them, these cartridges that you see right here, they are those kinds of filters. Let me read you what it says. It says, this cartridge, which is NIOSH approved for use against organic vapors and particles. Okay, and it says N95 has at least 95% filtration efficiency against solid and liquid aerosols, including oils. All right, so if you can't afford a CBRN mask, which is usually around $600-700, something like that, if you can't afford the next level down, which is an organic gas mask, like the one that Mr. Tom showed on his video, and you can afford something like this, then what I say is something is better than nothing. If you can't afford this, this is like $34-37, and it comes with a set of cartridges, and these cartridges will last a while. If you can't afford this, then by all means, ladies and gentlemen, get yourselves an N95 respirator masks. If you can double up on them, even better. Just make sure that at least the one that's touching your face has a really good seal, okay? And, and go with that. But I think that one of the main ways that you can prevent, or 2 main ways that you can prevent getting infected with this virus, is stay away from crowds and personal hygiene. Get yourself one of those little tubes of, what is it? The little tubes of hand sanitizers that you can clip onto your belt or put in your pocket. Every time that you touch something, that's foreign to you, clean your hands. The average person, it's said, I just read this. I didn't actually stand there and look at someone for a whole day. But the average person is said that they touch your face, or you touch your face 2,000 times a day on average. So the average person touches their face 2,000 times a day. So imagine all of the things that you touch throughout the day, and then you touch your face that many times a day. All right. So if you practice good hygiene, you keep your hands clean, keep the counters clean in your home, stay away from crowds, it should be okay. However, if this comes to a city near you, you may want to think about being stocked up on things like this. All right. And the better quality that you can afford, the higher grade that you can afford, in my opinion, the better. However, like I said, we're all different. We're all in different parts of our lives. Some of us can afford things that others can't. All right. So you have to decide for yourself how it is that you want to prepare for yourselves and your families. And this is why we prepare, ladies and gentlemen. Best case scenario here is that I don't need to even open this, that I don't even need to get this out of the box. Then what will I do? I'll just add it to my preps. Obviously, I had a hole in my preps if I felt that I needed one more, which I did. I did need one more to complete my set that I was working on completing, but never thought about it until now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I hope that you guys got something out of this. Like I said, I'll leave a link to this so that you guys can get to it easily. If not, go to your local Home Depot or your local Lowe's. They probably have them unless they're out of stock. All right, but I'm going to go check on Amazon, and if they are on stock, I'm going to go ahead and leave a link for that so that you guys can get to it easily. And for this as well, if you pick one of these up, I would pick up another set of filters. That way you can have two. So ladies and gentlemen, having said that, I hope you guys have a great night this Monday night. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper. I am out.